Science, technology, innovations no doubt have been driving development all over the world. The place of science, technology, and innovations in our society, however, can never be overemphasized, be it in the past, present, or the future. To most developing and underdeveloped nations, the absence of structured policy for the advancement of this program has been the bane of underdevelopment in all spheres of this nation's national lives. Therefore, it is no longer news that Nigeria, like most nations, is now striving assiduously to build her indigenous science base for a better competitive society. Welcome to What Matters on NTA International. I am Joyce Richard Uburu. This episode looks at Nigeria's science, technology, and innovation drive. What is Nigeria doing in this regard? What platform has she provided, and what are the results we can see? Stay tuned as this episode answers all these questions. Nigeria's drive to industrialization, education, agriculture, and economic development can only be achieved through science, technology, and innovations. In this regard, what effort is the country making? Let's find out.
In recent time, Nigeria's fame in science and technology has been growing rapidly. Her young school students are the trailblazers in this new development. These students have been participating in international exhibitions on science, technology, and innovations, and have come top to the amazement of other nations, meaning that Nigeria and Africa is no longer regarded as the dark continent. The spirit of science and technology has been reinvigorated by every successive administration. Each has painstakingly made science and tech a national socio-economic development priority.
No nation of the world has ever developed without proper utilization of science and technology. And we are fully committed to the belief that this must be the path for Nigeria as well. We have some of the brightest and best minds in the world in the innovation economy, and I'm convinced that this cohort can and should be the vanguard of our efforts, not only to foster economic recovery, but to reposition Nigeria entirely as an innovator's haven. I'm aware of the efforts of the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology in its contribution to the provision of homegrown solutions, especially those to prevent and/or minimize the effects of the pandemic on the healthcare system of the nation.
In order to fast-track her drive, the government has initiated programs such as the annual National Science and Technology Competition for secondary schools. Winners in this competition are handsomely rewarded with huge sums of money. There is also scholarship to doctoral level for winners in Young Nigerian Scientists Presidential Award. All these programs are meant to drive the objective of science and technology in Nigeria.
The significance of utilizing science and technology industrialization for sustainable development is enormous for nation building, and that is why the federal government of Nigeria has put in place institutions and mechanisms for sustainable exploitation of the knowledge resource that will enhance rapid socio-economic development of the country. Therefore, empowering and funding this important sector is not an option for the country, as the sector is the only surest way to attain greatness and be recognized among the Committee of Nations.
Nigeria's drive has seen achievements in manufacturing of ventilators and disinfectant safety sprayer by the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, a rare breakthrough that came with the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. So far, the country has been living up to her potential. with a plethora of local inventions and innovators emerging almost on a monthly basis. What is now left is having a cohesive approach with industrialists who will commercialize these homemade innovations for public use.
This link between sponsors and innovators is actually what is needed to boost what has been produced. The Technology and Innovation Expo is one of the platforms used by the government to drive science in Nigeria. It is said to be the gathering of best brains to showcase the talents. Let's have a look at these great works.
This is a sugarcane juice extractor machine manufactured in Nigeria. Before the manufacturing of this machine, Nigerians have been importing this machine for commercial use, but now it is no longer being imported.
My name is Engineer Muhammad Bomoy from National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. I am presenting you a sugarcane juice extraction machine. This machine, its main use is to extract sugarcane for immediate consumption. And why we came with this product is we want to bring out new technology to the society. The machine can extract 4 kg of sugarcane per minute. So, and when the juice is, this is where you push the sugarcane, it will crush it and extract the juice outside here. And once the juice is extracted, you can consume, it's for immediate consumption, because if you buy this thing, you can use it in the next 5 years without any problem. This one is not rechargeable yet. But right now, this one is it uses electricity direct.
This particular invention will blow your mind. It is called automatic changeover, locally made, and the materials used are locally sourced.
My name is Engineer Ezirimu Chechukwu. I'm from National Engineering Design Development Institute under NASENI. Now these are our products. This is an automatic changeover. What it does is it off your gen and connect your load to NEPA. Once the NEPA comes on, it off your generator, connect it to NEPA. And once the NEPA is off, it hooks your load to your generator. For example, now it has been connected with the generator now. The switch of the generator has been transferred to this. Now this is automatic. What is automatic? It means that it can start your generator. What is on manual? It means it will not start your generator. You do it manually. Then if you don't want your generator to come up at all, you off it. So even if NEPA went off, it will not start your generator. Now, this is NEPA. Same thing, if you want to travel, you don't want to use power in your house, you can off every system. So there's no light in your apartment. So now, if there's no light and the gen is connected, you want to use your gen automatically to power all the generator. These materials are locally sourced. They can be seen in Nigerian markets. So most of them are contractors, relays. What we do is just to assemble them, put the intelligence, put our knowledge into it to make it to work. But what is going on in this expo, there's nothing Nigerians cannot produce. With this, if Nigeria government and the companies can sponsor and encourage our youth, we can produce more of this, so as to enhance the technical know-how of the country.
Indeed, Nigeria is blessed with talents for anything you think. Still from Nigeria, we have a Nigerian-made solar power mobile weather station. This machine has lots of benefits that will marvel you.
I'm a scientific development officer with SEDIMINA, a parastatal under National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. This is one of our products we brought here for exhibition. This is a solar power mobile weather station. Basically, the unique features of this weather station is that it is cost effective, it is mobile, it is solar powered, it is collapsible, You understand? And it is meant for on-site and off-site user. What do I mean by on-site and off-site user? If you look at this weather station, you will see an LCD here. This LCD is meant for an on-site user. For instance, when you want to take weather information in a particular location, when you move this equipment to that location, you see the readings. You see now, you can see the readings of the pressure, temperature, humidity, wind speed. The wind speed is showing nil because here there is no wind to propel it. Now this device is of great use to meteorological agencies because the information you get on this device, it could be forecasted. It could be used to forecast for if you keep this device for 3 months in a particular location, you can get forecasted weather information from it for the next 4 months. The same thing, if you keep it for 6 months, it gives you for 2 years. You understand? The unique thing about the device is that this is homemade. Everything is made locally in the institute, Scientific Equipment Development Institute, Mina. That was where we manufactured everything. If you look at it, this one is screwed. It can be detached completely. These ones are also screwed. It can be detached completely. This is a reinforced plastic resin material. It was made in Sedi Mina. Sedi Mina is a unit of National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. It was in that place we manufactured this from the scratch. This is the solar panel behind here. This solar panel, the function is that it gives this device round-the-clock power supply. There is no need that the battery has gone down, the device will not be taking weather information. No. With this device, charging the battery that is inside, 24 hours is working. To get the weather information for NTA International, you move this device to the office. You domicile it, say for a period of 3 months. You don't need to come to the office all the time to look at the reading at the LCD. From your home, remotely, you monitor it because all the device being displayed here is transmitted to an online web page. All you just need to know is the username and the password. At your home, you can just click into it. You see it, it comes in a graphical form. It comes in a graphical form and in a tabular form. NIMET is one agency that provides weather information. NIMET have a lot of weather stations, but these their weather stations are gigantic in nature. You understand? And because of that reason, they domicile it one place and give a generic weather information. Take for instance, in Abuja now, we depend on NIMET information from the airports. They give generic, they generalize. But if I want to know the real weather information of Egu Square now, I can move this now to this place and keep it for say 3 months duration. It gives me daily update of the weather information, not a generic one now. I'm localizing it now. So NIMET now can use it to localize weather information of any location of interest. And of course, you know, when NIMET gets weather information, they use it for forecasting.
All that you have seen is just a tip of the iceberg. We will go on a break. What Matters continues in a moment. Welcome back. Now, it is so amazing how Nigeria is building generations of scientists for her socio-economic development. Secondary school students are the new crop of scientists and innovators for this policy. I promise you, you will marvel at the ingenuity of these students. First, we'll bring you a solar insect trap designed to trap insects in the farm rather than using chemicals, which is harmful.
I'm young scientist Ukwaba Pascaline from Junior Secondary School, Gwagwalada, Abuja in Jestri. We're here to present to you our project titled Solar Insect Trap. Agriculture is the main occupation of the people, everybody in the country. Most people are into farming. So everybody plants and pests destroys their farm produce. So it's better for farmers, and however, farmers use pesticide or insecticide on their crops to stop those insects. But the large quality or the large quantity of insecticide and chemicals on our farm produce causes havoc to our farm and crops. So instead of using insecticides or chemical, we rather use solar insect trap, which does not have effect on our farm produce. Instead, it helps you to save more income and reduce pests on your farm. With this, we want you to know that this will be more cheaper for you to use than buying insecticide or chemical produces, which you have to buy monthly or yearly. But with this, you can use it to up to 7 years without any problem. We made this ourselves. These are normal metals which you can get from different places. We got this from our lab. Then this is a bowl where you can just buy from the market. Then the wire, you can buy wire from electronic shop. Then you just join it. The battery inside here. It took us up to 2 weeks to produce this item you are seeing here, because we have to weld it, we have to paint it, we have to buy the charge controller, we have to get the solar and everything, then the bowl, and other things you are seeing here.
That project will go a long way towards improving crop quantity and quality, which will be beneficial to human health. Next is the solar/petroleum car made to ease the challenges associated with transportation in our society, including a mosquito repellent device.
I'm young scientist Aisha Omariabo from Sokoto State. Here is my car project, a petrol solar car, which works with petrol and solar. I made this project to improve Nigerian transportation system. As we all know, here in Nigeria, transportation is one of the aspects of human life. And here in Nigeria, we need something that will improve the transportation. So I now decided to make a simplest way and easiest way to improve the Nigerian transportation system. So that's why I created this car, which works with petrol and solar. Then this thing, which is called mosquito repellent cycles. It helps in protection of mosquito bites. Our teacher taught us in biology that whenever a female mosquito wants to bite you and male mosquito is around, will start making a noise. That noise makes the female mosquito busy and it will fly away, so that the female mosquito will not bite you. And instead of using mosquito coil or insecticide, you can use this thing, because sometimes that insecticide or mosquito coil affects our life, affects our health. So this is my project, second project. It makes it sound like mosquito, like male mosquito. Yeah. This buzzer, which help the machine to make a sound, and this the signal, the tone, and this the switch. This is the plate that connects the wire, and this is the battery that I use in this thing. And here is the Wi-Fi timer that connects all this wire together. So here's my project.
Very efficient projects. If taken up seriously, the mosquito repellent device will reduce the rate of mosquito bites in our society, in addition to reducing the high rate of malaria, especially among children who are mostly victims of these bites. The rate at which we consume chicken is alarming. But never mind. This is giving job to those who are into poultry business. As a result, there is need to have chicken feed that will improve the health of what we consume. And the solution is turning moringa seeds into chicken feed.
We are young scientists from Government Science and Technical College, Area 3 Garki, Abuja. In line with the theme for the day, Science, Technology and Innovation for Economic Recovery and Sustainability amid COVID-19 pandemic. We, the young entrepreneur from GSTC Garki, came up with an innovative idea, which is turning moringa and seed waste into chicken feed. The poultry industry, being one of the most largest subsector in agriculture of Nigeria, is faced with lots of problems, one being the high cost of poultry feed. According to Farming UK Team 2009, the high cost of poultry feed is another death knell to the industry. According to Punch, 27th August 2016, the high cost of poultry feed has been forcing many poultry farmers around the country to ration feed for their birds, which has led to these farmers closing shops, and this has made many people in the poultry field unemployed. So what's that solution? We, the young scientists of GSTC, came up with an innovative idea of turning moringa oleifera seed waste into chicken feed. How is it done? Before you start your production, we first harvested the moringa oleifera pod from the tree. We now break the pods and get the seeds, which we then dehull to get these dehulled moringa oleifera seeds. The seeds are then crushed using our mortar and pestle, since we are on a local production. After crushing, we immerse into boiling water for extraction of oil. After some time, you will see that the oil has accumulated on the surface of the water, and we now scoop it and put in the separating funnel for further purification. So after that, you get the oil. So now back to the pots. We have our moringa seed residue, which is the seed waste we are making use of. We then drain it out of the water and sun dry it for a maximum of 3 to 5 days to get rid of the moisture contained in it. After sun drying, we now grind using our blender or our mortar and pestle. But we, the young scientists, decided to use the least of all, which is the mortar and pestle, since not everybody can afford a blender. This moringa seed we are using has enormous benefits. It is very nutritious. It contains antimicrobial nutrients, which helps to preserve this chicken feed and get rid of all the microorganisms contained in it. After we get the seed meal, we now mix it with the maize meal and the sorghum shell, which we all have already measured here. We mix it to get our moringa oleifera seed chicken feed, which we have packaged here, as you can see. This is a sample of 2 kg of the moringa oleifera seed chicken feed.
Well, we'll bring you the concluding part and others in our next episode. Don't forget to keep a date with us on NTA International on What Matters. I am Joyce Richard Uburu saying bye-bye and thanks for being with us.